Hey guys, it's me Jimmy's Customs and Reviews back with another custom figures video, and today I've got my Mario and Link figures from the Nintendo franchises. So pretty much, right, I was sitting there and I was thinking, because I'd already done a Mario figure in the past, right, but I realized it wasn't really accurate at all, right. It was a cool figure for back then when I was just starting out, but I really wanted to update it, right. And then I realized also I wanted to make a Link figure because he's another main Nintendo character. Even though Mario is my favorite, I still like Link and Smash Bros. And some of the Legends of Zelda games. You know, I know this isn't his costume from Breath of the Wild, but I reckon this is his most notable costume and like memorable one. So yeah, I thought everyone would recognize that one the best. So yeah, I'll get into my first favorite figure, Mario. Okay, so for Mario, he looks like it wouldn't have taken like much time at all to make this figure, right? But it actually took quite a bit, and there's a couple of reasons for that, right? So first of all, I just used the original boots and did a touch-up paint job to keep the brown boots look. Then what I did, right, is I took a fully red torso, just a plain one. I'd used a pencil eraser. If you guys don't know that technique, I think most people would, but yeah, if you don't, you can use a pencil eraser to get rid of printing off a torso if you rub really hard on it, right? So I just did that. So I bought the battle packs, and because I needed some red parts, and I used the arms of that, and then just the red torso, and I mixed up my own blue color to match the legs, and I painted just like blue halfway, and then I painted the straps that for his overalls that come down, then I outlined those in black, right? With a thin paintbrush, right? And then I added with a toothpick, like I trimmed the toothpick up to get like a thicker end, and I dabbed it in some yellow and put 2 yellow buttons onto his torso. And then yeah, so that was the new torso. I'll spin that around so you can see the back. I just did a basic paint job up there as well. And so also with that, I put a layer of white first on both sides, just then it would keep the blue and a better light, you know. So then it would also look better, because otherwise it probably would have looked too dark and a bit grotty, you know. So then also after that, another thing that I added was the glove tops that I made out of getting a one of the new Spider-Man sets, right? They come with these studs with holes in the top of them, right? If you just take a Stanley knife, make sure you have parental supervision, or if you're old enough, just be very careful with it and make sure that you cut away from yourself, right? But what you do is get like a chopping board and like a Stanley knife or like a box cutter, right? And then you just hold it firmly, the stud, and I can do a tutorial video on this if you guys want me to. Just leave it in the comments, and if you'd like me to do that. But yeah, you just press really hard down on like the middle of the stud, just like where the little bit at the top starts, right? And if you just put a lot of pressure on that, then it will eventually just like cut through and pop off pretty easily, right, off the stud. So I did that twice, and then I put those on top of each of the gloves, and I sanded them down a bit on the sides, and they would move a bit easier on the sides that touch the torso bit. And so yeah, I sanded down those a bit, so then they would go a bit better with like a file and some sandpaper, right? And then yeah, that's the end of that for that. And with my other Mario, I had a yellow face, but obviously for this one I wanted a more color accurate, so I used a light flesh face, which is like the same skin color as Mario. And also, right, so at first, right, I just had a regular face. I think the one that came with Spider-Man and like Ant-Man and stuff, right, just that generic face, right, and then I just painted a mustache on it. But then I realized that didn't really look that accurate, and the mustache wasn't big enough and all that. So what I ended up doing is custom painting my own face, right. But first of all, before I get into that, what I also did is I took a hairpiece and a hat, and what I've actually done is cut the top off and filed off the top of the hairpiece, and then glued it to the base of the hat, and then sanded it all around, and then painted it in this darker brown, right, to match the rest of the head, right, and then, yeah, and then I've sanded that down, yeah, and glued it on, and so it look like it was one, because now it's one piece, right, and it's still removable, right, and then I painted a white patch onto the top of the hat, like he has on his hat, and then painted a small M there, small thin lined M for Mario on there, right, like he has in all the games and everything, right. And I'll take off the cap and hair piece, and so just so you guys can see that, that's what that looks like. I'll just wait for that to focus. But yeah, that's what that hairpiece looks like, if you guys can see that there. So it turned out really, really good, this hairpiece, I reckon. I'll show you Mario's face, because before it was a bit dark. I'll just let it... Yeah, so now you can see that. Yeah, so with this one, I just fully erased the head that was already on there. I think, yeah, I kept the other face, right? But what I did is I just fully erased it, didn't keep any of it. Except I think the eyebrows I kept from the original face, because they were good positioning for, like, Mario, right? And then what else I did, right, is I redid the eyes, right, because they were a bit rubbed off. So I did just 2 black dots with, because you could still, like, roughly see where the eyes were, because they weren't fully gone, right? So I just did 2 dots with toothpicks, and then 2 smaller white dots inside to mimic the Lego, like, the Lego design for regular eyes, right? But then what I did is, guys, just let me know if you want me to add a nose, if I ever do a update for this, because I think that the mustache by itself looks pretty good, because usually Legos don't have noses, and I reckon that works well enough. And so I painted this big bushy mustache that Mario has, like with the little round bumps under it, and then just a small line for like a smirk, right? So I reckon that turned out really well. So yeah, that's the Mario figure. And yeah, that's probably one of my favorite figures. Like, of course, my first video was the Mario and Luigi figures. Let me know if you want me to do a Luigi. If I get enough likes, I will. But so I know that people actually want me to do it. But yeah, that's the Mario figure all finished, right? And yeah, because the other one, it didn't suit the rest of my custom figures, and it was a bit like out of date, but it's still a cool figure. My other one, it's good if you want it to put it in with like a Lego City or something, like, because it's got the yellow face and the old Italian face, like chef face, right? Suited Mario, being Mario's look and everything, right? So yeah, I got my Nintendo Plumber Mario, and now I'll go on to my Link that I just finished making. So if you guys could write in the comments what actually this face comes from. I know that I got mine originally from a Batman v Superman set, and it was just one of the goons, right, for Lex Luthor. And then I just removed the, because I thought it looked like nice as like a simple, just like calm face for Link. And I just got rid of the cheekbones that were on there with a pencil eraser. Just very finely did that so it wouldn't rub off the rest of the face. And yeah, so the rest of the Mario figure was pretty much all painted by me, except the eyebrows and like their eye markings still there a bit. But yeah, the rest of it was fully painted. Link isn't as much just by me, but it's still pretty. I did a lot of the work on it. So yeah, I'll start from the bottom up. So I didn't want to make this figure look too overly complicated. So what I did is I just put some brown boots just to match the Mario. Brown boots all the way around, and just some white bits for his pants up above that, right? So I did that all throughout there. And then yeah, I'll take off his, so I'll show you his sword, shield and sword first. So that's Link's shield. If you guys could let me know what that's called down in the comments. Well, I just had a brain fart, I can't remember what it's called. And then we got, and this one I can't remember what it's called, the Master Sword. I was thinking of painting the little yellow bits on there, but I thought I'd just prefer to get the video out right now. And then maybe go back to it for an update if everyone wants me to. And so yeah, there's the 2 accessories. I got these off, I know that you're not really meant to this, but I got this off, credit goes to whoever actually originally made the molds, but I saw them at the Royal Show. I thought, you know what, I might just pick up a fake Link and then use the accessories because they were pretty cool. Same with the hat hairpiece, but I actually did do some work on the hat hairpiece myself. So yeah, also I'll go through the torso first. I just looked at like Link and his basic design, and I just painted the belt on, the brown belt with the belt buckle there, and then the other brown strap that goes across his chest with the belt buckle on that, and I painted some a shirt wrinkle down the bottom right. So this is like generally, I try to just transfer it to a Lego figure. Yeah, and then I painted like Link's collar and his undershirt in white. So this was a similar design to the fake figure I got, but like quite different at the same time. So a lot of this, like some of it was on there, but like it was also in different colors and like different stuff like that. It had a different belt, but I just based it mostly off the Smash Bros version. I'm not 100%. I think that's like Twilight Princess, I think, or maybe a different one. That one, the Smash Bros is based off for the main versions of it. Not like Smash Bros Ultimate, but the other ones, like the main one. But you can still get this costume in the game anyways, right? This is just my favorite costume he's had, right? So, and probably the most well-known one. I painted, also with this I forgot to say also I outlined the straps in black on there and everything, and yeah. And so with the back I did the straps again, like continuing from the front, and with this I just took an eraser and took off any printing that was already on there, so that took a bit, but yeah, I painted on the brown straps and everything. I'll take off, I'll show you another in a sec what that looks like without the hood on and the hat/hood piece, so then you can see better. But yeah, so yeah, with the hat/hood, sorry, not hat/hood, hat/hair piece, I got that from the set as well, right? But what I actually did is, because it was very like, it had a lot of edges on it, right? And it was very like spiky looking, right? Like anime or something. And then so what I did, right, is I took sandpaper, I just sanded it down lightly, so then it took a bit of the edge away, so it looked a bit slightly more like, I don't know, I wouldn't say natural, but like, you know, like more Lego-ish looking, like, so it wasn't so sharp. And then also after I did that, I went and painted it in this brownie blondie hair color over the really bright blonde that was there. Like, yeah, so that's what I did. That's why you can see still a bit of the blonde. That's on purpose, just to let it show through, to make it looks like it's more of a brownie blondie color, not just a brown or just a blonde. So yeah, I'll show you the face. So that's the hairpiece, but yeah, that right there is the face. As I said before, I don't know exactly where it's from, if you guys comment, but yeah. And I didn't change the facial expression on the back. I might get rid of the cheekbones and the other little markings just to suit Link a bit more, like it, like the other side, right? And then so yeah, you can see the back, how I did the straps, not much, and then the black outlining back there, you can see a bit better now. And this is what I was meaning with the hairpiece before. That's the color it was, and that's like the whole mold was, and I sanded off a little bit off the back of the hat piece, so I had to repaint that green, but it's not really noticeable, which is good. It looks the same color, so I mixed a custom green as well for that. My own green, similar to Lego, similar to like, also the convenience was that this green is pretty similar to the green that Lego used, right? In general, the hat, so it all pretty blends in pretty well. And my green that I used was good also because it was like on blonde, because the whole mold's blonde. It wasn't really like noticeable after you painted on top of it, right? Because it was quite a light color, because the blonde was really light, the yellowy. It's more of a yellow than a blonde, to be honest. But yeah, I did his hair more like a dirty blonde, like it is in the games, like the comics and everything. So here's the figures, final shot. And yeah, if Link actually wants to stand up, that'd be nice. But yeah, if you guys could like and subscribe and tell me what you think of this new video recording style, I reckon it looks a lot better. And yeah, that's the end of the video, and like and subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, leave your feedback on how I could improve these in the comments. Anyways, thanks guys for watching, and bye.